Welcome to Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. I'd like to read to you a piece from August 20th, 1977, in Garrison Keeler's The Writer's Almanac. It was on this day that Voyager 2 was launched by NASA to explore the planets of our solar system and to take the first up close photographs of the giant planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Just before the Voyagers took off, a committee of scientists led by Carl Sagan decided to put on board each Voyager a message from Earth in case extraterrestrials ever found them. At the time, the Cold War was at its height, and some members of the committee considered that these spacecrafts and their contents might be the last traces of the human race left in the universe after nuclear war. The Voyagers were each equipped with gold-plated phonograph containing a variety of earthly sounds, including a heartbeat, a mother's kiss, wind, rain, surf, a chimpanzee, footsteps, laughter, the music of Bach and Mozart, and the Chuck Berry song Johnny Be Good. Carl Sagan said, "The launching of this bottle into the cosmic ocean says something very hopeful about life on this planet." Wow. When I first read that, I was going to write about hope and how each generation worries that it might be the last, just as during the 60s when we had nuclear bomb drills and constructed radioactive fallout shelters. We know humanity's existence might be fragile because of the ever present man made or nature made potentials to destroy us. However, I opted out of that thread of thought after I reread the piece about Voyager 2. Remember when it said near the end, the Voyagers were equipped with a gold plated phonograph containing a variety of earthly sounds, including a heartbeat, a mother's kiss, wind, rain, surf, a chimpanzee, footsteps, laughter, the music of Bach and Mozart, and the Chuck Berry song Johnny Be Good. When you reflect on the list of items in the spacecraft, they are things that cannot be bought but only felt and experienced, things meaningful to the heart and the souls of human beings. And then Carl Sagan's words that these say something very hopeful about life on this planet. Wow. Think about how the group planning the mission for the spacecraft must have contemplated, discussed, and debated what sounds would be the most meaningful and reflective of our souls for some extraterrestrial kind of being to find one day. Hmm. If you were to suggest the most meaningful sounds of human life in your life to be put into space for posterity, what would you choose? For you, what would be as meaningful as a heartbeat, a mother's kiss, wind, rain, surf, a chimpanzee, footsteps, laughter, the music of Bach and Mozart, and the Chuck Berry song Johnny Be Good? It's easier to ask those questions than to answer them. So I felt it only fair that I try to answer my own question too. After pondering a bit, I know that the song I would want to include would be Barbara Streisand's A Piece of Sky from the musical Yentl. The words would have to be my grandson saying the name he has for me, Booty, my children saying Mom and Mama, my husband saying Poops. Long story. We've called each other that for nearly 49 years, and it's endearing. I can no longer hear my dad saying, Hi, little girl, something he said to me until he died 10 years ago. I still hear my mom saying, 95, she's 95 now, I love you too, dear. Sounds. Isn't it funny? As we think about them, we can hear them in our minds, a wonderful treasure box in which we carry them. Let's be reminded of them more often so we know what we hold dearest to our hearts. Then, whenever the unknowns of the future make us concerned, we have these mental recordings that no one can take away from the treasure box within us. They are like comfort food. What other sounds sustain your hope, your peace? We have two pendulum clocks in our home that chime. There is something so peaceful about their announcement of the hour, reminding us through the audible passage of time that life keeps going forward. We get through things. When I was a kiddo, we had an old platform rocker that creaked when someone was rocking in it. I remember that sound, especially Mom rocking my baby brother Jim and singing a lullaby as she rocked him to sleep. The memory is like a warm blanket. What about when someone comes in the front door announcing, "I'm home"? Hmm. Some sounds we don't know the importance of until they are absent. That is why we need to stop and reflect. Put them on a gold plated record in our mind to remind us that while we were here, they brought us peace and meaning. This week, on your bathroom mirror, write, "I will listen for and remember the sounds that remind me of my joy." Hmm. Join me next Monday for Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.